All right, so you're gearing up for that Gold Seal certification, right?
Yeah.
Working on that develop and maintain project schedule competency.
Right.
And, we're diving deep into how to handle schedule slippage.
Oh, yeah. The dreaded schedule slippage.
Exactly, like when things go sideways and you got to get the project back on track.
It's, let's be honest, happens on pretty much every project, right?
Oh, for sure. It's like a guaranteed curveball at some point.
Absolutely. And that's where this whole idea of mitigation strategies comes in.
Right, so it's not just about reacting when things go wrong. It's about having a plan.
Exactly. Being proactive, like a seasoned project manager who's seen it all.
So we're talking real leadership skills here. Thinking on your feet, being adaptable.
And those are exactly the kind of qualities the Gold Seal certification is looking for, right?
It shows you can handle the pressure, make tough decisions, keep things moving.
And at the end of the day, deliver a quality project on time and within budget.
No small feat.
No, not at all. So let's break down why schedule slippage is such a big deal. What are the stakes?
Yeah, like what are the real-world consequences we're trying to avoid here?
Well, first off, think about the financial hit, right?
Oh yeah, the bottom line.
Exactly. Delays lead to longer timelines, which means more labor costs.
Yeah, and material prices can fluctuate like crazy too these days.
Oh, tell me about it. And then you've
Yeah.
got potential penalties written right into those contracts.
Ouch, nobody wants to deal with that.
But it goes beyond just the money, right? Think about the relationships.
Yeah, those can get strained, for sure.
Clients get anxious, subcontractors are scrambling, your own team is under pressure.
It's like a domino effect of stress.
And in the long run, a delayed project can really tarnish a company's reputation.
Yeah, missed deadlines can lead to missed opportunities down the line.
Absolutely. So schedule slippage is a serious business.
Okay, so the Gold Seal program is all about developing those mitigation strategies
Right, not just putting out fires, but having a plan to get things back on track.
without sacrificing quality or blowing the budget.
Precisely. So where do we even begin?
Yeah, walk us through those key steps.
First things first, you absolutely have to identify the root cause of the delay.
Play detective, figure out what went wrong.
Exactly. Is it a labor shortage, unforeseen site conditions, supplier issues?
Sometimes it feels like a million things can go wrong all at once.
Oh, for sure. So thorough investigation is key. Review those project documents.
The baseline schedule, progress reports, any red flags in there?
And don't forget those contracts, especially the CCDC2, it's all about understanding the why.
Right, got to know what you're dealing with before you can fix it.
Okay, so once you've pinpointed the culprit, what's next?
Well, I imagine you need to figure out how bad the damage is, right?
You got it, assessing the impact, and that's where the critical path method comes in handy.
CPM, that's a powerful tool.
Oh yeah, it helps you map out which delayed activities will have the biggest impact on your timeline.
Like a chain reaction, one delay leading to another.
Exactly. So you can prioritize your mitigation efforts.
Okay, makes sense. Focus on the delays that'll cause the most trouble down the line.
Exactly. All right, so we've identified the problem, assessed the impact,
Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and explore those mitigation options.
and luckily there's a whole toolbox of strategies at our disposal.
Love a good toolbox analogy. So let's crack it open. What tools are we working with here?
Well, one common approach is to accelerate tasks by increasing manpower or equipment.
Like adding more horsepower to get back on schedule.
Like, you got it. But sometimes throwing more resources at the problem isn't enough or even feasible.
So then what?
That's when you might consider resequencing activities.
Resequencing, that sounds tricky.
It can be. It's about adjusting the order of tasks without messing up the dependencies.
Like rearranging puzzle pieces.
What?
Got to make sure everything still fits.
Precisely. And a common pitfall is not thinking through those ripple effects.
Right, moving one task can create bottlenecks elsewhere.
Exactly. So communication and careful planning are crucial.
Okay, so sometimes, even with the best planning, tough choices have to be made.
Right. Like adjusting the project scope or maybe even the quality standards.
That sounds like a last resort kind of thing.
It should be. It requires careful negotiation with stakeholders.
Because nobody wants to compromise on quality or deliver less than what was promised.
Absolutely. That's why having those contingency plans in place from the start is so important.
Anticipating potential problems, having backup options.
Exactly, like a plan B for your suppliers or alternative methods and technologies.
So you're not caught completely off guard when delays pop up.
Right, and of course, we can't forget about the legal side of things.
The contracts, right?
You got it. Those CCDC contracts, they can be your best friend when it comes to delays.
Like the 5A for construction management or the 9A and 9B for specific trades.
Exactly. They outline How to handle delays that are outside of your control.
Like acts of God, owner decisions, things you can't really anticipate.
Precisely. So if a delay isn't your fault, these contracts can help you get time extensions.
Okay, so we've got our plan. We've implemented our strategies.
Now what?
Well, I'm guessing we don't just sit back and relax, right?
Absolutely not. Mitigation is an ongoing process. You got to monitor those strategies.
See how they're playing out in the field, make adjustments as needed.
And most importantly, keep those stakeholders informed.
Regular communication is key. Keeps everyone on the same page.
Couldn't agree more. All right, let's bring all this theory to life with an example.
Yeah, that project in the gold seal material, remember that one?
Oh yeah, hit with a 2-week delay because of late materials.
What do they do?
Well, first they analyzed their schedule to see which tasks could be resequenced.
Without impacting other trades.
Right. Then they authorized overtime on weekends to catch up on critical activities.
Smart move. But what about those missing materials?
They dug into the CCDC framework and found a suitable substitute that was readily available.
Even though it meant issuing a change directive.
Exactly. They adapted, found solutions, and that's what being a Gold Seal professional is all about.
Thinking on your feet, being resourceful, that's how you keep a project moving.
Absolutely. So to sum it all up, we've learned how to identify, analyze, and address schedule slippage.
It's not about avoiding delays entirely. It's about being prepared to handle them.
And I'd like to leave you with this. How can you build flexibility into your project plans from the start?
Like, what proactive steps can you take to minimize the impact of potential delays?
Because let's face it, something will inevitably go wrong.
That's a great question to ponder. And for all you future Gold Seal folks out there.
Dive deep into those resources they provide. There's a wealth of information in there.
All right, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into schedule slippage mitigation.
Until next time,
Take care.
bye.